G'day guys, my name is Walleystack, singer-songwriter from Perth, Western Australia. Nunga Buja. I want to talk to you about a few songs of mine. The name of the song is called Find Your Way. The song is about finding yourself, breaking down any barriers you might have, whether it's anxiety, depression, alcohol, drugs. Might even be someone you're hanging around that's holding you back. So Find Your Way is all about finding your way in life. It was filmed in Fremantle Prison. Even though the song isn't about being in an actual physical prison with bars and barbed wire, it's about the prison in your mind that a lot of us get locked into. Joining me in the music video is Alexis and Krystal. Big shout out to Alexis and Krystal. They did a fantastic job in the film clip, playing the prison guards. They took it to another level as well, which I really appreciated. Some things that you'll see with the choreography, they was making it up on the spot. It was, we give them a bit of direction of what we wanted and what we saw, and they just took it to another level. Something that they did was with the actions, and you dust yourself off with the shoulder and do the point down like that, and they did this little roll thing like a soldier and stood up straight, and they did that on the spot, and they said, "Phil, what do you think?" And I went, "Yeah, let's do it." So that was pretty cool. It was filmed by Ashton Yazza, who's a local filmmaker here in Perth, young Noongar fellow, very talented. I saw a lot of his work on social media and YouTube, and he was doing quite a few videos with a few hip-hop artists around town, and I really liked his work, what he was doing. So I sent him a message and we had a chat, and next thing you know, we're filming Find Your Way. Costumes was by my wife Mel and my mother-in-law Judy. We did a bit of research a few days leading up to the filming, obviously, to try and find the right look, to have that prison look, the jail look, but also something that's universal that everyone can relate to around the world. We searched a lot of video clips, especially Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock, but the costumes that they had in Jailhouse Rock, I didn't really like it. It wasn't cool enough for me. Sorry, Elvis. Hair and makeup was from a friend of ours called 80. She works with a lot of the top TV shows and TV channels in Australia and around Perth, and she was absolutely amazing with the hair and makeup and what she saw, and her experience, the experience that she brought on set was, to make this look good. She did it. Yes and no, because I had quite a lot of anxiety attacks while I was filming Find Your Way. My claustrophobia played a big part in it, but also lack of sleep. The night before, we was working pretty late on making sure that the costumes was all ironed out and pressed and everything that was in order, and then just the thought of making the film clip was going over and over in my head. So the next morning, we had to be there by 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because we had the prison to ourselves. But to have the prison to yourself, you needed to be there before any public tours started. And one thing that I've always done with my anxiety is prepare myself, prepare my mind, and to prepare what to expect. So I knew from past times of being inside Freo Prison on tours or doing some other sort of filming, I've always said to myself that there's big doors. They're always going to be open. We can walk in and out whenever we want. So that gave me that peace of mind to be able to go and film this. Unfortunately, what I didn't prepare for was that the doors wasn't going to be open on this morning when we was there. We actually went through a little side door, and once we went through this little side door, they ended up closing the door because the prison wasn't open to anybody yet, and they locked that door. Then we went through another door and they locked that one behind us as well, and then we went through these big gates. And by that time, I pretty much stopped breathing, and my knees were going weak, and I had the shakes. I was having a big anxiety attack. The guard was taking us through to show us where the change rooms were going to be, and the change rooms was right up the back. As we started walking in and up to the main cell block, and then it was around the corner again at the back of that. And I just had to stop, and I said, look, I can't go. And my dad, who comes along and takes all the stills, all the photos for us during film clips and photo shoots, I said to him, I said, Dad, can you take my costume and put it in the change room? I said, I can't go there. So they went that way, then I ended up turning around and going back outside. I got one of the guards to take me outside, and just stood outside for a while, and was really just making excuses not to go inside yet, because I just wasn't feeling it. It got closer to filming, and I wasn't in my costume or nothing, and I just rang my dad. I said, can you go into the change room and grab my costumes and bring it out the front? So he brought my costumes out, and I got changed in the car park in the back of my car, just because I couldn't go to the back of the prison. One Wajula fella going for his early morning walk, saw me balak in the back of the car. But as soon as I got that costume on and just started focusing on what I needed to do to film a clip, and so just walked in and did it. But throughout the day, I kept having little anxiety attacks here and there, and I had to just walk outside the gates for a while. But then there's one part that you'll see in the music video where I'm in a cell, and I'm standing there, and I've got my head up against the wall, and you see it, I'm sweating, and I'm having a real anxiety attack on camera, and that's one thing that's in there, and I'm glad it's in there, because it's real, and it's real about what I was going through, because we was in that cell and I was getting claustrophobic, and I was putting myself in that situation of our people, and a lot of our mob, Aboriginal mob in prisons. My grandfather spent time in Fremantle Prison, and I was thinking about him and a lot of our mob in those places, so we all got to be strong, even though we go through a lot of mental illnesses, anxiety, depression, or alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be. We still just need to be pushing on, and know that we're not alone. It wasn't until I started publicly speaking about what I battle with claustrophobia and anxiety that a lot of people said to me, I go through that as well, and it really opened my mind up and made me. I wasn't ashamed to have anxiety. I'm not ashamed to be claustrophobic. I'm at the point now where I'll say, yeah, I've got this. It's an issue, and I battle with it every day of my life, but it's not going to stop me. It might take me a little bit longer to do something, but it's not going to stop me. Did it take a long time to write it? The lyrics, we really, really worked those lyrics, myself and Malcolm Luca. Anybody can make 2 words rhyme. They can make 2 lines rhyme. Anyone can do that. But something that I've learnt from working with Malcolm, especially in music, has opened my mind up to a lot more styles of music, genres of music as well. When we wrote these lyrics, and we wrote them down first, and we started using the Aboriginal song lines that connect all of Aboriginal Australia together, using that as a metaphor, to find your way across country, but to find your way in culture, and to find your way in culture to be a man for myself. And we just started writing, and then we said we changed these lyrics and we changed these words, and we worked it and we worked it, and we really grind the song, and we grounded it and grounded it. And that's what we need to do, you know, because like I said, anyone can make 2 words rhyme, anyone can make 2 lines rhyme, but what are you gonna write to make people sing along? You know, when people sing along to the song and then they suddenly think back, oh, well, that's what they're actually saying. You know, and I thought that was pretty cool that we did that with Find Your Way, that it's a catchy tune, it brings back the Aussie rock feel, but you can sing along and it has a strong meaning behind it. So, Find Your Way. Enjoy it. Here it is. So there it is, Find Your Way music video. I hope you enjoyed it. A big shout out to all our old people right across Australia and up in the Torres Strait Islands, out in the remote communities, the little towns and the big cities. Hope you mob are staying home, staying safe and staying alive. Don't forget, keep washing your hands, you mob. There's a bad virus going around at the moment. But further information, you can look up the australia.gov.au website and also follow all your local Aboriginal medical services and providers that are close by. Don't be afraid to Google about this stuff, because the more you know about it, the more comfortable you're going to be. But keep washing your hands for 20 seconds, even sing Find Your Way. Learn the lyrics while you're washing your hands. I'll see you next episode for Storyteller. Border.